Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is HowFast. My name is Justin. This is Dodgey, our 90s cast car, who will soon be a drag car with a little bit more work. If you're new here, we not only do we work on Dodgey, but I also go around to local car events and we do kids stuff. Unfortunately, a lot of the local car events are on hold right now because of restrictions in Ontario, where we are here. And you know, this weekend would be the first weekend at what would be my local track, which I guess is Grand Bend. Without anything else to do really as far as going to car shows or going to races, we will just continue working on Dodgey. By the way guys, I want to say a big happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there, so happy Mother's Day, love you mom. So over the last couple weeks I've been talking to you guys about some of the things that we're going to be buying for Dodgey here to get him up and moving. And you know, ECUs, fueling, brake components, there's exhaust components, sensors, there's a lot of things that we need to pick up. And I haven't been slacking. So let me show you guys what we have. Today we're going to talk about fueling. I've gone out and done a bit of shopping and it's questionable whether we're going to use all of it or some of it, but I know that a couple of the things are absolute musts. So let's talk about that first. Let's talk about these. What I have here, this is ours. This is what came off of Dodgey. This is Dodgey's original intake. What we have here is a Trailblazer SS intake. Now, they're very similar, but they're not the same. And when you look at on a power graph how these intakes perform against each other, this one is a slightly better performing intake. This is a newer version. This is a 2009, and because of that it's drive-by-wire, and it probably has one or two different emissions things on it or something that I'm completely unaware of. I don't know, I haven't even really looked it up. I just saw this thing and thought, man, TBSS, that would be nice to get. I wonder, could I, you know, just swap the throttle bodies, which I can't do. This is a 3-bolt, that is a 4-bolt, and the reason I wanted to switch is because I want to go, we're going drive-by cable, not drive-by-wire. So, like I said, what I was hoping was that I would maybe be able to take the throttle body off of this, or you know, I didn't do much research. Admittedly, I didn't do much research. I just saw this and I thought it was the right price. You know, I couldn't pass it up. I was like, oh, good, that's a good deal on that. So I jumped on it. But in hindsight, I'm thinking, I don't know if we're going to use this or not. I'm going to do a little more research, and if I can use this and all I got to do is get like a different throttle body for it so that it's drive-by cable instead of drive-by-wire, we'll probably use this. If we don't, we have Dodgey's old fuel rails here and his old fuel lines and everything. That is the other option, is to just go right back to these and we'll put the old intake, the original intake, back on. Now as far as injectors go, I've been in conversation with a gentleman up in London, and he's got a set of 80-pound decapped truck injectors. So decapping is essentially just cutting off like a small tab and revealing like the spray nozzle end that is on the end of a fuel injector. So he's got these opened up fuel injectors. He's flow testing them for me. These are going to be good. They're going to be good for gas and probably race fuel, not methanol, and that's okay. I know ultimately we want this car to be running on methanol, but baby steps, right? Baby steps, guys. Because like, let's be honest, I want this car is going to be a turbo car, but we're going to have to start it up NA first, right? To start it up NA, I want to get it started with some gasoline, just get the juices flowing, stuff, something easy, something we know, and then we can start introducing different fuels and obviously power adders like turbos and stuff like that. So, decap fuel injectors coming probably next week. I was hoping to get them this week, but guy didn't get in touch with me, so that's Facebook Marketplace for you. It's all good. It's all good. We don't need them today, so. That's for the front end of the fueling. Now for the back end, I tell you guys, I am starting to get excited. You know, things are Things are really getting exciting here as you know, we start to like cross these thresholds of how much closer we're getting to, you know, Dodgey's first start, which is going to be, it's going to be a spectacle, I think. Yeah, you guys are seeing this with me for the first time too, so. A couple brackets. Yes, sir. So this, guys, is a Fuel Lab 41401 fuel pump, which is rated up to 1,000 horsepower, 125 psi max. I think this should do what we need it to do, but I'll probably find out later, you know, that it's not enough. And we'll need a second pump maybe, but for starters, this is what we got. I think this should be enough definitely to fire the car NA, no problem. And then beyond that, we'll see what it can do. Now, obviously this is used, but the guy showed me that it was working, so I have no reason to believe that we shouldn't have a problem with it. The question is, where do we mount it? And then number two, we're gonna have to get a pre and post filter from what I understand, so I'm gonna have to get a couple inline filters for it. But we'll find a spot to mount this, probably somewhere easily accessible. I was thinking like under the car, but then I thought, why don't I just put it in the back by the fuel cell? I don't know. We'll talk about that after, but that's what we got for a fuel pump. Now, as far as fueling, that's what we have to talk about today. We have the intakes, which is really about air more. The injectors, which is about fueling. We've talked about the fuel pump, which is about fueling. And we have another box there, but that's not about fueling. We do have something to talk about though. Big purchase that I made, and I told you guys what I was going to get, so if you were following along, you probably know what I'm talking about. And if you follow on Instagram, you definitely know what I'm talking about, because I posted it on there yesterday. Take a look at this, guys. This is the receipt for our ECU, a Terminator X, a couple harnesses, and a couple, just a couple components that really are going to make we're going to need. And in fact, there's probably going to be even more. There's going to be more than I need. Like I said, there are sensors, there are going to be other harnesses, there are going to be ignition boxes, relays, there's going to be a bunch of things that we're going to need to get. But that's all to come. That's all to come. So that's huge news, guys. I don't know if you guys understand the gravity of that. That getting that ECU is going, that's the brain that pumps the heart. So, big news. So I guess there's just one more box left. And what do you think's in this box? It's like a surprise. This is a surprise box. It's like Christmas up in here. What do you think could be in this box? I'm going to tell you, it's not light. It's not light. It's got some weight to it. I haven't opened it either. I mean, it could just be a couple bricks, because again, I got it off of Facebook. But this one, it looked brand new. I mean, not that the fuel pump doesn't look brand new, but I'm hoping that what we get in here is going to be a nice surprise. You guys want to check it out? You guys know what that is? Yes, sir. A 411 ring gear and pinion 28 spline for our Ford 9-inch rear end. Now, I told you guys I was looking for this because the pinion in our current pumpkin is shattered, but that doesn't matter because the gear in it would be too tall anyway, because that was for like a short track. This is what we need, 411. I think that's what we need. You know, I mean, obviously this may end up changing in the future depending on tire size and all that, but as a start, this is a wonderful start. And no joking around, it's a Richmond, so it's the real deal. a good, solid, well-made gear. So in the near future here, we're gonna have to pull apart that pumpkin and put this in. And I'm not gonna lie, I've never done this on a Ford. I've done it on GMs before, but not on a Ford. I don't know, I watched a guy do it once and I thought, oh, that looks more complicated than with the GM one. But if anyone's got any advice on that, leave some comments down below, because that'll be the first time I'm doing that with a Ford rear end. But yeah, that gear, those are like brand new. No oil on them, they're like brand new. So super psyched. So it's like Christmas in May, guys. It's like Christmas in May. So, you know, got some good parts soon enough, about a month before the ECU comes in. That's how long the lead time is on that. You know, I don't know if I showed you guys the inside of Dodgey all finished up, other than the thumbnail that was last week's video. So check it out. You can see he's all coming together now. It's really just a matter now of, there's like a couple small, like right here, there's like a little crack there. All those seams and stuff, I gotta seal all those up. And you know, for the life of me, can't find something called seam sealer at like Canadian Tire. You'd think, you know, there'd be like a big aisle full of this crap, but no, you can't find it. So, you know, I'm debating, like, I have, the car's made out of like 50% aluminum now. Could probably use like silicone, couldn't I? Like 983. But like I said, it is Mother's Day this weekend, guys, and I am planning to go see my mom today. So this is how I'm going to leave you today. Bunch of parts revealed, and next week we will pull the transmission off and we'll work on mounting up that fuel pump. And then if we get enough education before then, maybe we'll start looking at pulling apart Ford 9-inch pumpkin. So let's talk about HowFast trivia. Last week's question, an extra hard one, and I let you guys look it up. Last week's question was, at 15.23 miles, what is the longest road tunnel in the world? Is it A, the Gothard Tunnel, B, the Larobe Tunnel, C, Mont Blanc Tunnel, or D, Yamate Tunnel? And I let you guys look it up because that's a hard one. The correct answer was B, Larobe Tunnel, and Kristen got it, so I pinned your answer. Congratulations, Kristen. That was a tough one, and I got a kind of a tough one for you again this week, and I'll let you guys look it up again if you need to. I think some of you guys are going to get this. The HowFast trivia question for this week. Who designed the Volkswagen Beetle? Was it A, Ferdinand Porsche, B, Enzo Ferrari, C, Henrik Fisker, or D, Giorgetto Giugiaro? I look forward to hearing your guys' responses. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you get an opportunity, you want to write to me at howfast10@gmail.com. If you want to catch sneak peeks of what's going on here at HQ, you can always stop by our Instagram at how__fast, or you can stop by and pick up a t-shirt at howfast.ca. Help support the builds. I appreciate you guys watching. I'll catch up with you next time, find out how fast we can make this car go.